Hi, it's Michelle again with Form Fit and Well. Today's workout is going to be a little bit different. It will be all body weight. It's going to have 3 sections. First section is going to be all strength, both lower and upper body, total body strength. Second section is going to be cardio, or a little cardio blast section. And then our last section is all core. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our warm up. All right, let's march it out. Nice and easy. Just getting those joints lubricated.
Some guy called Peter managed to jump a skipping rope over 12,000 times in an
All right,
hour.
let's get a few squats in.
It's a world
Hold
record.
on, let's turn this down a little bit.
Well, we think
Squats. Sitting right back into it. If you have any issues with squats, you can always grab a chair and squat down to the chair, reaching for the edge of that seat. Okay, let's do some hip openers. We're going to be fitting a lot into 30 minutes today. So just take your time on some of these moves, do the best that you can, and just keep going. If you feel like you need to take a little break, you can always just march it out, walk it out. Make sure you're breathing, grabbing plenty of water. All right, do some arm circles. Reverse. I'm gonna have you take your legs nice and wide. A little half wide squat, a little torso twist. Extend those arms. And then extend those arms up. Reach, reach. Good, come on up. Do some hip circles. Reverse. Give me a swimmer stretch. Take the arms up and release. All right, we'll go ahead and start our timer and we'll get into the main part of the workout. All right, our first movement is going to be a bounce squat. Okay, so get into squat position. Feet are either right underneath the hips or slightly wider. You're going to do a single bounce at the bottom. Come up and squeeze the glutes. So single bounce, come up and squeeze, okay? We're going to start in 5 seconds. The first section is 45-second rounds with a 20-second rest. Here we go. Single bounce and up. Single bounce and up. Good. When you give that little squeeze at the top, I am not pushing my hips forward, okay? I am squeezing right underneath, tucking my tailbone under, but I am not pushing forward, okay? You don't want to arch the back. Got 8 seconds. Rest. Okay, our next move is going to be curtsy lunges. Okay, curtsy, you're taking the foot, crossing it behind and sinking down. You may only do a small cross, okay, depending on your range of motion. If you can, make it a nice big cross, still making sure that the knee is pointing forward. Here we go. If a curtsy bothers you, you can also take it straight back into a reverse lunge. Okay? Otherwise, let's try adding that little cross. All these different variations of squats and lunges help to work different parts of the glute in your core. And of course your legs. 10 seconds. Always hoping to work on mobility and at the same time rest. All right, we're gonna go back to another squat move. This time we're gonna squat and we're gonna add a heel tap. Okay, squat, bringing the heel up, tapping it, tapping the side of your foot with your hand, okay? Get ready? Here we go. If you can't quite reach your heel, that's okay. Reach the side of your knee, your thigh, whatever you can reach. Of course, let's make sure we're still breathing. 15 seconds here. Three, two, one. Okay. We're going to be doing an inchworm. So you're going to get on the edge of your mat, using your hands. You're going to inch it out to plank, and then come up. Okay, if you need to, you can bend your knees. Take it out to inchworm. Try to keep the legs straight if you can. Here we go. If you're not comfortable getting on the floor and you've got a chair nearby, plank it out on the chair, reach to the top, and then reach to the bottom. Okay, so that is an alternate for the inchworm. 15 seconds. And rest. All right, next up we're going to be doing a triple lunge. So that means you can go forward lunge, lateral lunge, reverse lunge. Right leg only. Take your time. Okay, forward and back should be straight forward and back. For the lateral, take it out to the side. If the lateral bothers your knee, you can always take it out at a slight angle. Forward, you can take it out at that 45-degree angle. If going straight to the side is uncomfortable, sometimes it bothers my knee and I have to adjust the angle. Do whatever feels good for you that day. Forward, side, and back. All right, quick little rest. Move it over some. We'll do our left leg. Catch your breath. We got 10 seconds. We'll start on our left leg. 3, 2, here we go. You may find that one side is easier to do these lunges with than the other. That's okay. You may notice I've got my knee brace on today. Every time the weather changes, the knee gets a little creaky. Yay me. Yay for getting older. But that's okay. I'm prepared, and I can always modify as needed, just like you. 3, 2, and rest. Okay, we're gonna take it to the floor. We're going to be doing a military push-up into a child's pose. Okay? So you can do this from your knees. Elbows are close to the rib cage, nice and narrow. Here we go. And then into your child's pose, pushing back into the push-up. Don't worry about how deep you're getting in your push-up. It will get better as long as you stay consistent. Push-ups are definitely something that I continue to work on. Rest. All right, we're gonna flip it over into crab kicks. Two ways to do crab kicks. You're gonna prop yourself up in this reverse tabletop position. You can just kick with the feet, okay, or you can add the arms. Here we go. Little balance. A little more challenging to the core here. Whoop, balance. Definitely want to take your time with these until you get used to them. And rest. All right, we're going to stay in this same position for tricep dips, okay? Give you a couple different varieties. Standard tricep dip on the floor. Bending and straightening those elbows. You can do it with straight leg, or you can just lean back into it if you're just getting used to doing tricep dips. Okay? Alternatively, you can do it on your chair, off the side of your chair, for a little extra range of motion on tricep dips. Almost there. All right. All right. And another set of push-ups. This one's called a hand release push-up. Okay? On hand release, you start in plank position, lower yourself all the way down, release the hands off the floor, push yourself back up to full plank. All right, here we go. If you need to, you can worm your way up until you're used to that. Okay? But if you can, go ahead and just push yourself straight up to plank and lower yourself back down. Rest it out. Whew. All right, get yourself a quick drink of water. That's the end of our strength section. We are going to be going into cardio. Grab a quick sip of water. Okay, these are going to be 30 seconds apiece with a 15-second rest in between. Okay, starting with jumping jacks. If you need a low impact version, all right, here we go. So work to touch those fingertips at the top. Even if you're doing the low impact version, still reach up all the way. 5 seconds. Rest, all right. We've got soldier walks, okay? These are the same ones that we did in our warm-up. Straight arms and legs as much as possible. Reaching for those toes. Here we go. So even if you can't reach those toes, try to keep the legs straight still and just reach as far as you can. Even if it's the knee or the thigh. Hey, you got a whole lot of leg here you can reach for. Reach as far as you can. Seconds. And rest. All right, plyo lunges. This one's a little tricky. So this is a side lunge with a hop. So take it to side lunge, hop, side lunge. Okay, breaking it down right here. Here we go. So you can take it tippy toe in the middle, turn it into a full hop. I don't have a whole lot of room here. If you've got more room, you can even make your hop even bigger. You can add little circles with the arms. Make it fancy. Rest. All right, heel taps. So, heel taps, you are literally tapping the heel down, okay? You can always start slow, get used to the movement, and then speed it up. Here we go. So slow, tap, 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 speed it up. Ten seconds. Three, two, rest. All right, Heisman. Okay, Heisman. You're taking 3 high knees to one side. 1, 2, 3. Hold. Whichever one it is. I swear. I do watch football. There we go. So you're holding the football. If anybody has seen the Heisman Trophy, hopefully I'm doing it correctly. Okay, slowing it down. It's right here. Okay. Rest. Front kicks, okay? Point your guard up, and as you kick, I should be able to see the bottoms of your shoes, of your feet, okay? Let's see the soles of the feet. You're pushing, kicking open that big heavy door in front of you. You don't have to kick as high as me. You can kick down here. But that foot should be flexed. Bottom of the foot should be facing forward. However high you kick is based on your range of motion. Rest. All right, elbow knees, hands behind the ears, and we're doing exactly that. Connecting the elbow and the knee somewhere in the middle, hopefully. Here we go. And if you can't quite reach, that's okay. You're still shooting for somewhere in the middle. Five seconds. Rest. All right, skaters. Okay, so you're gonna be stepping side to side, tapping the foot behind. This is your slow version. We're adding the hop. Here we go. For a little more challenging version. Arms, you can do whatever you want. This feels natural to me. Makes me feel like I'm actually skating. I love the Olympics. Makes me feel like a speed skater. 10 seconds. You know, you could do your hands here. You do your hands here. Whatever works for you. Rest. Yes, I am breathing hard. Just like you. Okay. Soccer taps. I also think of this as hacky sacks. Okay, you've got that ball right there. Trying to keep it off the ground. Obviously, you can take it low impact right here. Working some hip mobility, as well as that cardio. Go at your speed. Whatever is a good challenge for you. 5 seconds. And rest. All right, wacky jacks. All right, wacky jacks, hands by the ears again. You're taking a wide elbow to thigh. This is the slow version. Here's the fast version, wacky jacks. You can always slow it down. You're just connecting the elbow to your thigh. 10 seconds. Three, two, and one. Whew. And that is the end of our cardio section. Let's get some water. Let's take some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, time for core. We're gonna start in elbow plank position. And you're gonna be adding some leg lifts. Here we go. These are only 20 seconds a piece, but there's only a 10-second rest in between. If the leg lifts are too much, just hold plank. Rest. Our next move is going to be plank jack. So in full plank position, your feet are gonna mimic a jumping jack motion, or you can tap it to the side. Here we go. We can do little taps to the side or full plank jacks. All right. We're gonna do some Spider-Man planks now, okay? So still up in your plank position. You're reaching your knee to your elbow. Here we go. If you need to, you can take it down to the knee. Still reaching the knee to elbow, okay? Rest. All right, flip it over. Hands out to the side. Easier version is knees bent, windshield wipers. A little more challenging, legs straight. Do not touch the floor. We're gonna keep your feet together. I know my feet are wobbling all over the place. Rest. All right, one leg bridges. Okay, you're gonna be alternating one leg at a time to bridge up. Here we go. It may not feel like you can push up very high. That's okay. These are definitely a lot more challenging than two-footed bridges. Trust me, you're pushing up more than you think. Rest. Woo! Flying through these. Okay, ab tucks. Hands behind you. Bring the knee to the chest. If you need to, you can do this one leg at a time. Okay? Whew. All right, we're getting there. Hollow body hold. All right, hollow body hold. Arms and legs off the ground. To make it a little easier, you can bend the knees. Okay, but if you can, keep everything stretched out, nice and long, and just hold. Whew. Rest. All right, double leg raises, hands under the glutes for support for your small back, feet together, lifting up. Here we go, raising it, or bring it down as close to the floor as you can without touching. You want to hold that position for a few seconds and then bring it back up. Rest. All right, last two moves. We've got our side planks. Full side plank, or you can take it to the knee. Here we go. Arm doesn't have to be up here, arm can be here. If you need to, your other hand can be here to a little extra support if you need it. And if you are feeling good today, go ahead and reach it up. 3, 2, 1. And obviously we gotta take care of the other side. Remember, you can always take it to the knee if you need to. Here we go. Seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. You are done. All right. Knock yourself off. Let's go into child's pose. On all fours. Take the knees apart slightly. And you want to sit back into the heels as far as you can, and just breathe. Take your left arm, reach it underneath the right, and turn your head to that left arm. Switching sides. Center. You want to reach it all the way forward into Cobra. Okay, notice where my shoulders are. You want to push the shoulders away from the ears. Push them down. Reach the ears and your crown up. All right. Come to seated position. Reach that left foot out. Hamstring stretch. Great job today. Just for being here, getting to the end of this workout. Switch sides. Butterfly stretch, soles of the feet together. And you want to push the knees down to the floor. You can flutter them a little bit if you like. I also like to reach forward a little bit, get a little extra inner thigh stretch. All right, relax those legs. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Roll it forward, forward bend. Reach as far as you can. Hold that stretch for a few seconds. And then roll it up one vertebrae at a time. As you exhale, comfortable position. Torso twist. On this torso twist, again, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. You want to sit up nice and tall. Switching sides, looking over the other shoulder. Come back to center, and you are done. Again, thank you so much for joining me on this video. I hope you enjoyed. It was a little something different. And again, leave me a comment or some suggestions. And you know, I am taking requests. So subscribe to my channel to get all the new workout videos, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks.